Well, imagine stepping into a grand old barn that's been filled wall to wall with live Christmas trees. But you don't have to imagine, because it's time for the Tannenbaum Forest and a prelude to Christmas in the Amana Colonies. This morning we welcome John Childers. Hello. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
How was the drive? Was it really foggy?
It wasn't foggy really at all. A little bit, but
well, we're glad you're here.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
Love the hat.
Thank you.
Bring one for me next time.
I will, yes. This is my homage to the Oktoberfest. I didn't know if I wanted to come as a character or not, and since I'm the Burgermeister, I thought maybe I would come as Burger Claus, so no puns intended.
Next year.
Yes, maybe.
We'll do that. No, we will. We have to do that. Burger Claus is amazing. Tell everybody what's happening in the Amana Colonies.
All right, so starting on Friday all the way through the 21st of December, we're going to have the Prelude to Christmas and the Tannenbaum Forest, and the Tannenbaum Forest is 25 years old this year. It's a really magical event. There's going to be over 80 decorated trees. When folks come in, we get like 15,000 people who come through the door, and they spend time in our cold barn. Some people spend an entire hour in there, which is really exciting.
So you're saying dress warm?
Yes, dress warm when you come, and we also accept free will donations at the door. And for many, many years, we've worked with different charities. This year, again, we're working with the Stead Family Children's Hospital in Iowa City, and then some of the smaller local nonprofits in our area.
Yes, and Santa will be there.
Santa will be there. I had to memorize his hours because they do change over time, but he will be there every Saturday, so for 4 weekends in a row, and then the third weekend, which is the children's weekend, he will be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And you can just show up and meet Santa?
Yes, you can show up and meet Santa. Sometimes there is a line, so again, bring your warm clothes and a little bit of patience, because they have a line sometimes out the door.
So people have started decorating the trees?
Yes, that all started yesterday, so they'll decorate yesterday, today, and tomorrow, and then hopefully the final touches will be there Friday morning before anybody shows up.
I was looking at some of the pictures that were sent over, and there's different themes to trees, different local businesses. How does that work?
Well, it works, so if you sign up for a tree, you can theme it any way you want. Of course, a lot of the local business owners of the Amanas theme their trees for their business. Sometimes they put product on it. If you're a restaurant, they like to show off some of what they have or their logos and all that stuff. So it all works out really well for us. We have a big variety. Back in the day, I ran the Tannenbaum Forest for like 13 years, and our goal was to get 40 trees in the door, and now we have to stop at kind of 80 trees because there's, we don't have any more room there.
You need a bigger barn.
We need a bigger barn.
Second
yes,
barn.
Absolutely.
Well, the local businesses are so important to the Amana Colonies. Tell us a little bit about what people can find there. Shopping is incredible.
Yes. So aside from the shopping, there's going to be like a hot drink and cocoa crawl. I believe that's going to be the third weekend. There's always special stuff going on. TKM Theatrical Productions is going to have their fruit cake going on.
We met them yesterday.
Yep.
Yes.
And so that's going to be really awesome. So really, you can make a whole day out of it, or you can make a weekend out of it, and that's what we're hoping for folks to do.
The great hotel, all of the nice wool, just everything.
Absolutely.
What do you have here?
Well, so these came from, I'm the museum guy during the day, and we have some special things going on too, but our High Amana General Store, which is located in the tiny village of High Amana, is a very authentic, old-fashioned shopping experience, and that store opened up in the 1850s, and it's never closed down. And so there, versus some of the stores that we have in the village of Amana that kind of do their own thing, we like to stay very traditional. One of the things historically that the Amana Colonies did before 1932, with them being German, they would import a lot of things made in Germany, and then the people would buy them for Christmas. And two of the things that I have here, this is a Christmas pyramid, although it's a very modern version of it. And we just received this inventory from the Erzgebirge region in Germany, which are the Ore Mountains in eastern Germany, where a lot of our families come from. So this is a Weihnachtspyramide. It's a very modern kind.
It's for candles?
Yes, you put candles on it, and then you light it, and then it'll turn like that. And then this is called a Schwibbogen, or a candle arch.
A Schwibbogen?
Schwibbogen. Yep, Schwibbogen. And so that's another tradition that comes from these Ore Mountain regions. And so if anybody has a Christmas pyramid at home, that tradition all started there like 300 years ago.
I'm sure there are other German Christmas traditions that we don't necessarily do these days.
Yes.
Do they do the shoes? Is that something?
When our grandparents were growing up, they were kind of the last generation to do it, but they would get to go into the Christmas room on Christmas Eve, like right later at night, and they would have to knock on the door, and then the grandparents would let them in. They could look at it. Sometimes Peltznickel, which is the Amana version of Santa Claus, is kind of a woodland guy, maybe a little bit of schmutz on his face and stuff. But then the kids would oftentimes leave their shoes at the door, and then they would put little chocolate mice with little strings on them, and then they had other kinds of little hard candies that they would give to them. So,
well, the Amana Colonies is a magical place, especially this time of year. Where can everyone go to get more information?
AmanaColonies.com, and then just come out and see us. The greatest thing is if you start in one place, hopefully we'll keep you around all day and stay in the hotel and stay overnight and come out the next day.
Make a whole weekend of it.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much, John.
Thank you so much.
Merry Christmas.
You too.
Yes. Well, on the way next, it's time to shake up your Thanksgiving. Casey Tenborg is here from the hotel at Kirkwood Center with a few crafty cocktail ideas for your holiday table. That's next on Everyday Iowa.